Is your polish not lasting? Here's 3 mistakes you might be making. So the first challenge that people tend to have with their polish is they're not prepping properly. So what I mean by prepping for our natural nail and our air dry polish is similar to what you would do to prep for a gel polish. You do want to make sure that you're starting by pushing back the cuticles and exposing any excess protein growth that might be on the nail. Now you can use cuticle softener or you can use a cuticle oil to help kind of soften up those cuticles. But if you are using a cuticle softener or if you're putting any kind of a treatment onto the nail, you want to make sure that once you're done pushing back those cuticles that you do remove that. Any product that you put onto the nail is going to add moisture, it's going to add oils, and it could cause your polish to peel a lot easier. So if you are using, like I said, if you are using any cuticle softeners, oils, anything like that, make sure that you do clean that off. After using any kind of cuticle softener or cuticle oil, make sure to wash that off. And I like to use just a little bit of soap and water. You can use your manicure brush, you can use a spray bottle with a little bit of soap and water and things like that. But make sure to remove that cuticle softener or those oils first. Now, after you cleanse the nail, I do recommend giving the nail a quick buff, so that way you're going to have a little bit more of a smoother surface. And for this, I like to use our 240 file buffer combo. You can shape the nails with that file side, and then you can flip over and you can use that buffer side. This is going to help to get any of those last little bits of cuticle off of the nail, and it's also going to give you a little bit of a smoother surface. Now, on a natural nail, like I said, I like the 240 grit. If you need to, you could also use that 180 grit, but that is getting a little bit coarse. So if you're wanting just a really nice smooth surface, I do like that 240 buffer rather than the 180. But again, if you need that little bit of extra grit, you can use that 180 grit. So after buffing, we do have a little bit of dust on the nail, and you may still have a little bit of residue after washing off that cuticle softener or the oils or anything like that. So this is where you're going to grab your swipe. You're going to use swipe and you're going to cleanse that nail. So what the swipe is going to do is it's going to give your nail a clean, dry surface. It's going to remove any oils, any contaminants, any dust, anything like that. And I'm going to pump a little bit of that onto my lint-free wipe, and I'm going to give those nails a really good scrub, making sure that that nail is nice and clean, especially down in those sidewalls. If you've got really deep sidewalls, really making sure that we get down in those edges. Because if you have an oily nail surface, your polish is not going to want to adhere as well. It's going to have more of a tendency to peel off. Could you use manicure cleanser or alcohol or acetone or polish remover onto the next? Now, a lot of times people choose the manicure cleanser or alcohol, or they grab their onto their next or other polish removers or acetone, but those can both leave a little bit of residue on the nail still. If you're using a polish remover or an acetone, that can actually be a little bit over drying for the nail. And if you're using something alcohol-based, that may not completely pull the oils from the surface of the nail. So that's why we want to use our swipe to cleanse the nail. This is going to remove the excess oils and contaminants from the nail surface without over drying. And especially on those natural nails, we don't want to cause any over drying. So we can just grab a lint-free wipe, pump a little bit of that swipe, and we can go ahead and scrub that nail nice and clean. Getting all the way down into those sidewalls, making sure you're getting all of the oils and contaminants off the nail. Once you've cleansed this nail, it should go back to kind of a chalky, dry look, and it won't be shiny anymore. Now we've got a nice, clean, prepped nail, which leads to the second mistake that a lot of people make with regular polish. And the second mistake has to do with our base coat. The first reason you always want to make sure that you're using base coat is because it's designed for adhesion. The base coat is going to adhere the best to your natural nail versus if you were to just go right into your polish color. The polish isn't going to adhere as well without that base. So you always want to start with a thin layer of your base coat from cuticle to free edge. And you want to be as careful polishing on your base coat as you would your color. Even though if it's not quite perfect up by the cuticle area, you don't see that. But where you put your base coat is where your polish color is actually going to attract to. So if you slop on your base coat up onto your cuticle and you don't clean that off, your colored polish is probably going to pull up into that cuticle as well. So you still want to make sure that you're being very careful with your base coat application. The other reason that you want to make sure that you're using the base coat is for staining. Now, if you're wearing a lighter color like what I have on the rest of my nails, you don't necessarily have to worry too much about color staining. But if you're going to be working with a brighter color or a darker color, these can actually stain that natural nail a little bit more. So on this nail, I don't have the base coat. So if I were to just go right into my color, that color and that pigment can actually bleed into that natural nail. Now, we don't necessarily notice it when we put the color on, but when we take the color off, that's where you're going to maybe notice a little bit of that discoloration. So if I were to grab my polish remover here, and if I take that off, you may end up seeing a little bit of that staining through that nail plate, and then also up around that cuticle area. So again, by using that base coat, that's going to help to keep that from staining that nail plate. Now, our other option that we have for a base layer is our nail strengthener. Now, this is something that you may not have to use on all different nail types, but if you are working either on yourself and you have thin and brittle nails, or you have clients with those type of nails, you can use the nail strengthener for that base layer. So you don't need to use a separate base coat. This is going to act as your base coat. So this is going to bond to that natural nail. This is going to give you the adhesion of a base coat, but it's also going to give you that added strength and durability. Now, if you really need extra strength and durability, you could apply 2 coats of this, or you could just use this as itself, just as a clear coat. Now, I do like to use a top coat over this, but let's talk about top coats in general. So when you're working with your top coat, a good top coat is really what's going to make your polish application last. Along with all of the other prep, along with the application, the top coat is going to give you the high shine finish, and it's also going to give you the good durability. So when you're working with your top coat, a thin application is going to work best. So you don't need to apply a thick layer of it. So just a nice thin coat over the whole nail. Now, as you're applying your top coat, you want to make sure that you're just working in a few strokes. With your top coat, this is a very fast drying top coat, so you want to make sure that you're not going over and over and over, because if you do start to brush over and over, let me show you guys what can happen. Once that polish underneath has started to dry, you're going to start to get streaks in that polish if you continue to go over and over, and you're not going to get that nice smooth finish. Again, because that product is so fast drying, you do have to work a little bit quicker with it. But that top coat is going to help to seal in your color, and it's going to give you that good strong durability and that really high shine. All right, the third mistake that people tend to make with polishes is they tend to use them, if they're used to working with a gel polish, they tend to use them as a gel polish. Gel polishes go on a little bit thicker than an air dry polish, so a lot of times people will try to apply their polish a little bit thicker, and they'll kind of float it on a little bit more, which a lot of times you can kind of see, a lot of times that polish is going to run and it's going to flow into the cuticle area. So you want to make sure that you're not polishing those layers very thick. You actually want to work in very thin layers. So we want to make sure that we're taking our brush. I like to wipe the back of the brush off, and depending on the length of my nail, I'll even sometimes wipe just about half of the front side of the brush off. So this way, when you go onto that natural nail, you're going to be able to press your brush down, tuck that rounded part of the brush right up into the cuticle, pull forward, come down each side. So by doing very thin layers, this is also going to help your polish dry even faster. If you were to apply thicker coats on each nail, it's going to take longer for that coat to dry. But when you're doing those nice thin coats, you can go through all 10 nails, and by the time you're done with that 10th nail, that first one is going to be dry enough to apply your second coat without smudging that first coat. Now, if you apply thicker coats on each nail, by the time you get done with the 10th nail, that first nail might not be dry enough. So when you go back and you add your next coat, you may have a tendency to smudge that coat underneath. So if you're applying those thicker coats, or if you're even applying too many coats of color, that is going to increase the time that it's going to take your polish to dry. And it's going to also increase the chance of smudging. One other thing that might happen if you're applying your coats too thick, or if you're not giving them quite enough time to dry in between, That top coat brush is going to pick up your polish and it's going to stain the brush, and it could also stain the rest of the bottle. So you can see how that little bit of color did come off on my brush, and I want to make sure if that accidentally happens that you do wipe that out onto your table towel. Make sure that you're not putting that back into your bottle. But if you're applying those layers of polish nice and thin, you're not going to have an issue with it picking up the polish. All right, so those are 3 mistakes that people tend to make with regular polish, but I'm going to throw in one little bonus tip for you. If you do accidentally get any polish on the skin, sometimes we get shaky hands, sometimes things happen that we get a little bit of polish on the skin. You can always use your Polish Perfector detail brush and a little bit of our Onto the Next polish remover. Just pump a little bit of that polish remover into that top cup. Dip your brush into the polish remover, tap a little bit of that out of there, and then you can always use your brush to come right up around those cuticles, cleaning that off the skin. Wipe out your brush, grab a little bit more of that polish remover, and you can use that to clean up those cuticles. So you can always perfect your work, even if you do have that little bit of a shaky hand. Now, when you are cleaning up around the edges, notice how I kind of pull that cuticle back. If we hadn't pushed back our cuticles and kind of loosened those up from the nail, we wouldn't be able to clean as close around that cuticle area. So just kind of give that cuticle a little bit of a pull on the side, and you can get right up into that cuticle area. So hopefully with some of these techniques that I've just shown you, you can correct those mistakes and have a perfect polish application.